brave against opposition. Sometimes Jeremiah felt sad and angry at how people ignored God. He talked honestly to God about his feelings. God listened and comforted him, giving him strength. Jeremiah learned it's okay to share our feelings with God. Some people put Jeremiah in prison because he spoke God's words. Even when life was hard, he continued to obey God. He prayed for courage and stayed faithful. God was always with him, helping him be brave. God protected Jeremiah many times. Even when people tried to hurt him, he was safe. Jeremiah trusted God completely. He learned that God's protection is stronger than any danger. God promised that one day his people would return home from exile. Even when they were far away, God loved them. Jeremiah reminded them to trust God. Hope gave everyone courage to follow him. Jeremiah never stopped obeying God, even when it was scary. He spoke God's truth every day. His faithfulness showed people the importance of listening to God. Children can learn to be brave like Jeremiah. God comforted Jeremiah during sad times. He reminded him that his plans are always good. Jeremiah felt peace knowing God was with him. Trusting God brings joy and strength. God patiently reminded the people to change their ways. Even when they ignored him, God never gave up. Jeremiah shared God's patient love with everyone. God wants all his children to come back to him. Jeremiah warned kings not to disobey God. God wanted rulers to lead his people the right way. Some listened, but many ignored the warnings. Jeremiah prayed for them, trusting God to guide their hearts. God promised he would never abandon his people. Even in punishment, he would bring hope. Jeremiah reminded everyone that God's love is always faithful. Trusting God brings safety and happiness. Jeremiah treasured every word God gave him. He wrote them down carefully so people could remember. God's words were like a guide, showing the right way to live. Even when people ignored him, he knew God's words were powerful. God warned Jeremiah about the destruction coming to the land. Jeremiah had to tell the people the truth, even if it was hard. He spoke bravely, knowing God's message could save lives. The people needed to listen and change their ways. Sometimes Jeremiah felt very alone because few people listened. He missed friends and family who understood him, but God reminded him that he was always near. Jeremiah learned that trusting God can fill the heart with courage. God encouraged Jeremiah not to be afraid. "Your words are my words," God said. Jeremiah felt stronger and ready to speak, even when people were angry. He understood that God's presence is more important than fear. Many people refused to listen and continued doing wrong. Jeremiah felt sad, but continued to speak truthfully. He prayed for their hearts to change. God's love never left him, even when others rejected him.